Hello, gold viewers. How are you? My name is Rufaro, popularly known as Roofs, and it's so amazing to be here on Gold, chasing gold, going for gold, and inspiring. All right, I am a mom of two. I am a believer in Christ. I am a financial market analyst. I am a fashion lover, and yeah, that's about my little portfolio. I have two boys, been married for 14 years, and a mompreneur. I'm into quite a number of fields: retail, selling clothes online. I'm a financial market analyst. I'm an economist by profession, and I also do property with my husband. I think that's just in a nutshell about me. We were born in an average family where both my parents could afford. We got what we needed. We got good education. So it was an average family. I think trying to fit in. I can't say it was love. I can't say love was there. Family was good. I'm grateful for that. And we were in a very prayerful family. So I think just trying to fit in. I'm a talker. So I think trying to then place myself and with the cultural beliefs of having to tone down. So I think I struggled between when to tone down, when not to express myself. Otherwise, the rest of the stuff you mentioned, I think it was generally okay. Love was the, provision was the, education was the, I was quite smart. So yeah, it was just that element of trying to find a space where my personality could fit and align with the cultural beliefs of how a girl should handle herself, how a woman should handle herself. And I always struggled with, why are there barriers? Why are there limits to what I should do or what I should not do? I think one of the biggest incidences that really turned my life around was in my final year university. I failed one of the courses, and I'd never had to repeat ever in my life. So from the first day I went to school, I've never had to repeat. So I didn't understand it. So I had to see my friends, everyone in my stream graduate. And I think that was the hardest thing that I've ever had to witness. And I could not be happy for my friends. I was happy, but I could not show the happiness because I think I was crying the whole time. So I accepted that life throws curveballs, and I think I needed that lesson in life, which now has helped me. When something does not go my way, you can always try again. So I managed to take a gap year. After the gap year, I managed to go back, rewrite. It was statistics, I remember. I managed to write my statistics exam, and I graduated still. So delay is not denial. That really helped me. Even now when things do not go my way in every other aspect of my life, whether it's social, whether it's finances, whether it's business, everything. If it doesn't work out the first time, dust yourself and try again. Okay, I think that question, I'm going to break it down into the different aspects and sectors of things that I cover and that I do. So if I look at the fashion side, I've always loved fashion. As a child, I would go into my mom's bedroom, try on her heels. So I knew that was going to be a space. At some point when I was young, I thought I was going to grow tall and be a model, but that did not happen. But I still managed to get into the fashion space. As a young age, when I was in varsity still, I would go shop, sell stuff, clothes and all that. So that is something that I was so sure of as I was growing up. The financial side, the economist side in me, it was mainly inspired from my siblings. We've got a lot of economists in the family, but that's something I took up later, I think at the end of varsity, because I always thought I was going to be a lawyer because I talk. So yeah, I think those two aspects, some of them came with growth and researching, like the property side. Through growth and interacting with others over the past years, it's something that we then engaged in with my husband. I would say keep trying. Don't stop trying. If you don't try, you failed. So one of the main things I would say is go for what you want to go for. Even a lot of people are doing, some people will be like, don't go for this, don't do that, because a lot of people are doing, but chase it, identify your passion. Ending life and quitting, it's not the solution. Life is gonna go on. Hey, people are still committing suicide, and life is still going on without you. If you stop, then you're going to be resentful. You're going to suffer things like mental health. So I always say, find a mentor, Find someone to guide you. Find someone who's in the industry that you want to get into, understand the ropes, get to understand their journey, where they failed, where they got it right, and push. But quitting is not an option. What I feel happy about in the world now is the inclusion of women in sectors, be it like now, as of yesterday, we now know that we've got a new female prime minister. So that inclusion in the UK, that inclusion for me really helps. There are a lot of CEO women who are being appointed in big organizations. So that inclusion of females is really bringing a difference, because I really think the heart of a woman in any business shows difference. So that I am happy about. Of course, not at the pace that we want, but I mean, it has started. So us as women, I would love for us to keep placing ourselves. We are trying, we are pushing, we are putting ourselves in places that we've always been told we can't get into. So that I'm happy about. The drive that I'm seeing in women is amazing. So I would love for that to continue. I think social media is good, social media is bad. When it's used to drag and to troll, it's losing the whole essence. And I think where we are headed, if we keep using it in that aspect, then it's not going to be good. I've seen the joys and the advantages and the success that it brings. But I think there's a lot of hatred, there's a lot of meanness being posted on social media that really touches me. And yeah, I hope we can channel that energy into using social media to something productive. Yeah. So also even documentaries, if I can even point, not necessarily books. So I'm more of a documentary person. I do read. There's a couple of books that I've read. Obviously the Michelle Obama one, I loved it. Viola Davis one, I loved it. There's another one that I'm reading on understanding the issue of happiness and not being something that you plug out of the garden, but something that you actually work towards, and you accept that with happiness comes challenges and then you have to work through them. It's called The Subtle Art. I also recommend watching Self-Made, especially I'm very pro women. It's a film documentary. I watched it a couple of years ago on Netflix, I think a year or two ago. It's self-made. I think it just shows what you need to put in any business or into anything that you want to start. And you'll face resistance, you'll face, curveballs, but it's worth chasing. So I think those things, anything motivational. So yeah, those ladies, and I think you've seen that I've mentioned a lot of women I think only the one for Mark, The Subtle Art, is the only one that a man wrote, and that I really would recommend. But yeah, my favorite quote. I think my current favorite quote at the moment is called, don't rush it or you'll mess it up. Why? Because with anything, if you try and rush it up, whether it's business, whether it's a relationship or whatever, don't rush it, build it, slowly mold it, understand it. Don't rush it or you'll mess it up. I wish for nothing but success, and for you to be able to reach out to a lot of people who are struggling to find their way, people who are trying to bring themselves out, to find a platform to be heard like us. We're grateful for that. So I think I really wish you nothing but a bigger platform where you can be able to help a lot of people to be inspired and to find purpose. I think most of the challenges, especially when I look at the financial analyst part of it, it was a predominantly male-dominated industry. And I think getting to mentor a man was one of the most difficult things, because they'll be like, a woman, after a couple of sessions, then they'll get to trust you. So I've had to learn to put my foot down and to believe in myself, and when I say that I can do 1, 2, 3, I can deliver, and I make sure that I deliver. So I think that extra effort is needed, and that's one of the biggest challenges for you, to just prove yourself that yes, I can do what X, Y can do. And in the retail space, there's competition, There's competition. But I think placing yourself, because now you are having to sell something to someone who'll be like, no, biggest brand ABC has a better version. So you now have to obviously say, no, but my version, try it. So it's that whole business and space of trying to convince people that, okay, I am here, my brand is House of Roofs, I'm very young, I'm very small, I'm starting up, but try me first. So, and breaking borders, you find that you've got clients over in Namibia, in Zambia, they'll be like, no, how do I know that you're not a scammer? Because I think, especially the space of fashion, there's been a lot of scammers in the business where people have bought things from people on social media and they don't deliver. I've been a victim once. So I think just finding a space where people can trust you in the retail space has been one of the biggest. But once they do, so you keep pushing. You now need to find, okay, can I throw in a freebie? Can I send them something? I'll be like, okay, let me send you something, right? Just to gain that trust. So that has been one of the biggest challenges, because now my House of Fruits brand is my new baby that I'm really trying to push. So I think those are some of the challenges in those spaces. The retails, the property side, I think because I do it with my husband, there's also balance. We bounce ideas off each other, so that really helps. He sees things that I don't see, so whenever he's falling, I'm there, or wherever there are shortcomings on his end, I'm also there. So that has really helped. Coping mechanism, I think whenever challenges really come, take a step back, like take time to reflect and go back to the drawing board. I think one thing that has really helped me is having a life coach, having someone I bounce my ideas through, having an accountability partner. Because when a curveball is thrown or when challenges are faced, I might not be able to solve them, or I might look at them with an emotional eye because I'm the one who's facing them. But someone can come with a rational idea. So have an accountability partner who understands your field. And whenever there's something not going your way, talk to someone. And build from there. Look for seminars, sessions. I believe in those, that kind of a space where there are seminars everywhere. There's someone talking about, if you're selling hair, there's a seminar for hair. If you're selling clothes, there's a seminar for clothes. If it's the property one, there is tons and tons of people who are holding seminars, who are groups. So find a space within your field where other people are doing the same thing, and you might get to learn and also understand their problems and challenges. And then you know that it's not personal. It's things that come with the game. But if one person has done 1, 2, 3 to solve 1, 2, 3, then that probably could help you as well. That generation is daring. They are daring and they are not scared. But what I would want them to do with that gift is to use it to their advantage, to produce something out of it, because they are not afraid to step in and do something. I mean, these are the people who really know technology inside and out. They have developed the most amazing things. And some of them are becoming millionaires at a very young age. And I think just making use of that daringness and that they're not scared. So I would say if they can use it to their advantage and not to troll, not to, not to be pompous, but to really use it, I think they'll go far. We've got a lot to learn from them because they are really bringing and pushing us out of our conservative way of doing things. Because I'm an 80s child. I was raised by my parents who were born in the 40s and the 50s. So we were structured in such a way, school, work, get a job, aim for the corner office. But they are not thinking that. If an environment is not suitable for them, they'll be like, no, they question things. So in them questioning things and trying out things, I really think it's really putting them in a space where they're actually taking up positions better than we did, or getting into entrepreneurship at a very young age, because they can say, I've developed an app. I went to visit a school recently that we're considering to move our boys to next year, and I saw a grade 6 coding and coming up with a game. So already that's a game changer. So if they can use that drive they have for the better, to build businesses, to even teach us and educate us, I think they would go far, and we would learn a lot from that as well. I think society can make or break. And you now need to have, it now depends on the personality and the people around you. It's very easy for someone to say, no, this won't work. Let me take a career, for example. In the society, we're known that, or when we grew up, we're told, it's either a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a nurse. It was the basic thing. So stepping out, like I said, I wanted to be a lawyer, and I talk. So my father was like, no, you are in a class where you're doing sciences, so you probably need to concentrate on that and maybe be a doctor, but I didn't want that. So I think society can make, I believe in that guideline that came with, especially our parents from back then. They such a structured guideline that came with. But I also think it's good to step out and see, as the world is evolving, how can you then fit into the current society, because the society that we grew in back then has changed. So those values, we carry them through and find a way of blending with what's currently happening now, or how people are currently now doing things, or what careers are coming. People are making money from being YouTubers. My son, at one point, I asked him, what do you want to do? He was, I think, 6. He's like, I want to be a YouTuber. I got so angry. I'm like, why do you want to be a YouTuber? He's like, Mommy, there are millions and millions of people making millions from YouTube. So I think just getting to understand the space we are in, but guiding our kids and bringing that old not mentality, or those values that we grew up with into molding, and also understanding how the world is evolving. Okay, socially, I really want to travel the world, right? There are a couple of places that I really want to do. Business level, I want to expand House of Rose to be a big brand. I will push and push and push and push until I've got my store of my own, not just store, but stores. And spiritually, in terms of my family, I want to be at a level where I can bring up these kids to understand the importance of being good, the values that come with the word, and for them to bring change and to find their purpose through God and through His assistance. So that's one of the main things that I'm really passionate about, I think, finding your purpose. So yeah, yes, I'm involved in a lot of women events. I think this month alone, I think I had 3 or 4. So we try and bring out ladies together, talk about ideas. And in my circle of friends, we meet every month. We discuss, we bring in a speaker, whether the speaker is coming from a financial background or a lawyer, or just to educate each other. How do we get into a space? How do we grow financially? How do we cover ourselves in the event of death, policies? So we do a lot of that as women. And I'm also involved in coaching on the financial side as well. I do coaching. And then on the business side, I've actually taken up one person who has stepped into my space as well, who wanted help, because I've also realized that as women, we kind of like get stingy with information once we get it. So I'm also trying to be that person who will hold someone's hand. So I've got someone who I'm also working with, who is going to be taking her first trip with me to show her, where do I source out stuff, how do I plan a trip, what do I need to do, if I want to order clothes, how do I open a website, how do I open an online store, I share information. So I've just taken it up on myself to be as transparent when someone comes to me and say, I want to get into your space. Who did your website? I refer them. How did you go? Where do you go? Which hotel did you stay when you travel to get your merchandise? So yeah, I believe in helping. I feel like that's one of my calling and my purpose on earth, is to help. I want us to all grow. So I do have platforms where I assist. So I assist whoever wants to get into the retail space, whoever wants to get into property as well. Also giving friends and family ideas in terms of how to go about it, how we did it. So yeah, and I think I post a lot on social media whenever I've got an event. So whoever follows and is on my platform is able to have access to all the spaces where I try my best to help, whether it's from the financial side or the property side or meeting as women's side. Number 1, start. Don't procrastinate. Start with whatever you have. Start. Do something. You're never going to find a bag of cash lying around, so start. Number 2, accept to fail. It's okay to fail. And when you fail, don't stay there. Get up and go. Number 3, be willing to learn. Find help. Get help. Get people to assist. And number 4, remain consistent. Hi, my name is Rufaro. I am the CEO of House of Roofs. Keep watching gold, be inspired and grow. Hi, my name is Rufaro. I am the CEO of House of Roofs Clothing. Keep watching gold, be inspired and grow. Hi, my name is Rufaro. I'm the CEO of House of Roofs. Keep watching gold with King Nee. Hi, my name is Rufaro. Catch me on gold this week. Hi, my name is Rufaro. I'm the CEO of House of Roofs. Catch me on gold this week.
Amazing. You look at the camera and say, go for gold.
Go for gold.
Yeah, so now,
I think I would, the person who gave me the greatest push in my industry has been my mom. My mom has been working and she's still working. She's almost 70, and she's still pushing. She's 69 this year, and this woman never stops. When I tell her something, her messages, her push, and she's got this statement that she always says, that as a woman you should never run out of ideas. You should always push. So I think I owe it to my mom. She has been an inspiration. She stopped working a long time ago, but it never showed, and we never lagged. So whenever I tell her that I'm starting this, she's always supported. She'll get to understand. When I resigned fully in 2017, she knew it before I even told her. She's like, I think you've stopped going to work. So I think she knows me, and she's really helped me whenever I feel like I cannot do it. When I go for that mommy call, she's always been the person to push me, and she keeps saying, work for your kids, work for yourself, don't stop. A woman does not stop. So yeah, I owe it to her.
Amazing.
When you want to quit, you feel like I can't do this anymore, and I need help, and maybe let me try something else. Obviously, it's the emotions at that point in time, and I always say, allow yourself to feel the emotions. It's not a good space, but it's a necessary space to be in for growth to then come when you do not quit. But if you quit, then obviously it's a whole different story. All right, I think one of the stories I want to share is actually mine, and I think I want to develop it from what I mentioned earlier of my setback and not looking at things the way they were. So if you remember in the beginning, I mentioned that I had a SAP. But one thing I did not mention was I was actually working during that time. And a lot of my friends who had graduated when I did not have jobs. And I remember calling my mom, and then I was crying, and I was coming from work. And they're just like, but you're crying and you're coming from work. And have you ever stopped to think that those people who have graduated, tomorrow they're going to wake up and they'll be seated and they won't have anything to do? So I think the lesson from that was, at times we really magnify our problems. We really then stop seeing the blessings that are actually there that we then take for granted. So I think it made me look at it and say, I've got a job. I'm guaranteed of a job even after varsity, but I haven't even qualified for it. So I've been training on the job. So I think at times we then get into a space of, I failed, things are not working my way. Let's not stop and pause to look at all the things around us, the little things that are around us that contribute to the bigger picture. And I had a job, I did my SAP, and I went back to work. And some of my friends took years to actually get into a job in the field that they studied for. So I think that little story about my life, that personal story about my life, has made me look at things in a different way. So even when one particular thing is not working, pause and look and be grateful for all the other things that are actually going your way. I think success is growing with others. Success is not just the paycheck. Success is staying in something that you've started and building it brick by brick, step by step, and mentoring someone. And for me, the biggest driver, or what I consider a success, is seeing someone that I've helped out, or someone who I've held their hands, move towards gold, move towards the big things, and that's fulfilling. All right, so like you said, I'm a believer. I mean, like, we believe in God, and one thing that I want to thank God for is the personality He gave me. I am not afraid to look for help. I am not afraid to ask. I will nag until I get it, until I understand. I'm not shy to learn. So the social butterfly in me allows me to be able to talk to people, look for information. I'll get someone who'll say, no, not today. Some people will be like, no, let's do this meeting tomorrow, and then it never really happens. So the personality of me being a social being has really helped me to put myself out there. They do. I would also want to acknowledge, I think there are men who are still intimidated, but I would like to acknowledge that with the way things are and how women have put themselves out there, the society and the men are slowly accepting working with women. So there has been a lot of change. And I've realized that I will have a conversation with my son and say, no, but back in the day, some kids never had to, as girls, you're not allowed to be in these places. And then like, no, but doesn't make sense. So already we are breeding and bringing up young men who will not start from back there where there were barriers, where there were certain lines built. So that already is a change in the making. So yeah, there are still some who are very conservative who you find that it will take a while for them to warm up to you. And others are there. Or if they're faking it, then they're doing it so well. Yeah. Find help. Don't be a superwoman. So I believe women, we can really get to higher levels. But the moment you try and juggle, I want to make sure that I've done this for my child. I've packed his lunchbox. I'm there for the soccer match. I'm there for this. I need to make sure that my husband is. If there are things that you can get help on, get a helper, get an assistant at home to help you, get an au pair to help the kids with homework. So I think as long as you've got access to that, make use of getting help, whether it's family. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone you pay. It can be if your parents are still alive, let them help with the kids so that we can actually maximize our full potential and our full capacity, because the moment you are now doing it from a space of being tired. So as women, we need to allow ourselves to say, okay, I'm releasing 1, 2, 3. I'm delegating 1, 2, 3. Like even in an organization, look at how organizations are structured. If the CEO of the company was the one doing this, he's in accounts, he's in that department, he's in that department, it won't work. So we should be in a position to delegate, because society has brought us up or has painted this picture that women should be able to do everything. So you should make sure that your kids' lunchbox is done. Take your kids for the soccer match. Be the wife that your husband expects. Cook. Some men will be like, I don't even want food that is cooked by somebody else. Now you've got so much on your plate that your business or certain things then suffer. So as long as you've got the capacity to delegate, whether you're paying, whether it's through family, whether, I don't know, but let's try and not be super women. Let's remove this notion of strong black women are women who do everything. No, we need help. So I think going for looking for assistance is going to help us to really maximize. If it's a career you want to build, you don't need to give it your 100% at that point in time, because once it grows, it's going to need less attention. And once it grows, you're going to have people helping you or who are going to be a part of your organization to help you. So we are capable of really going up in those spaces. But at times, we just have so much on our plate that we need to sort of like let go or tone down so that we can really maximize ourselves to our fullest potential. I would like to say thank you to my husband. He's been my biggest cheerleader. I think there are nights where we sleep at 2 a.m. planning, rearranging, arranging. So I want to say thank you to him. And he supported every other decision I've brought into this house. Some ideas that never made sense and some that did, and some that we've grown from. And I want to say thank you to my babies, my 2 boys, Tino and Tine. There are days where I'm not here. There are days where I travel and I spent a whole week away from home, and they've understood that that's what Miss Territory comes with. And they know I then do make up for it. I want to say thank you to my assistant, my house assistant here, Maybe, who's always there when I go. My kids are always well taken care of. I want to say thank you to my sisters. We've got a group of ladies that we talk to, that group I mentioned monthly, the Crown Fixers. They've always been there. We have grown together. We've looked at life differently. My friend Rumbitai, she got me into this space together. I mean, there's so many names I can mention. Family, sisters, my husband's family, my siblings, my prayer partners. When I'm down, I call. My guys help me pray. So my family, my sisters, my friends, and obviously my boys who I stay with. And I just want to say thank you to God for the strength and for the personality he gave me and for the fighting spirit he gave me. And the energy. I've got so much energy. I will not stop until something has happened. So I want to thank God, and I want to thank you guys as well, Gold, for giving me an opportunity and a platform to inspire, to grow, and to be accessible to people who didn't know me. And yeah, I'm really grateful for that.